Today we're going to be installing this awesome LED Team Corvette light on a C8 Corvette.
Hi, I'm Jennifer and you're watching the Corvette channel.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Scott and today we are going to be showing you how to install the latest product from Boosted Lighting Solutions, and that's the Team Corvette illuminated LED light for your front windshield. Now, I've already showed you the video on how to install the engine compartment lighting system that I think is just awesome. But they've come out with the Team Corvette LED lighting system that goes up in the into the window right here. Now, a lot of people have used different pieces of vinyl, things like that, to try to make it light up, make it look kind of cool. I even tried that once before, and it just doesn't work. But Anthony from Boosted Lighting Solutions came up with, I'm gonna say, probably the ultimate thing you could do to your front windshield. Now, you saw in the very beginning of the video that red one that's in the windshield, that's on my red car right over there, and you can probably see it lit up right now. So I'm gonna open up the box here. I'm gonna show you what you get. And now, you've got, it comes with the, if you buy it independently, just like this, you get the LED light bar. You get the harness that comes with it. You get the a tool to be able to tuck it down into the windshield. I'm going to show you how that's used, as well as a remote and also the batteries for the remote. Now, this is a self-contained system. It does not need to have the engine compartment lighting, but it was designed as a complete system. So the engine compartment system is the main hub for everything. So if you chose that you wanted to, you already have the engine lighting and you want to go ahead and add this to your front windshield, you do not have to buy this remote. You can buy it as a kit just like this, and if you are buying both of them at the same time, they will give you an option there to buy it as a kit, because the same remote system can run both this as well as the engine compartment lighting. So it ends up saving you, like, I don't know, 30 or 50 bucks, something like that. So you don't have to. But those of you that have a convertible and you don't have a coupe, well, then, and you just want to be able to have this part, then you can do it just like this as the kit like this. And so you're going to go to boostedlightingsolutions.com and just take a look at that. They'll be there. They have them separated, but at the point of you buying it, you have a drop-down box that you'll be able to either add one or the other to the kit, and like I said, it ends up saving you some money. But this is very ingenious. It does a lot of stuff. You saw in the very beginning, and right now you can see it, it's just displaying red. I've chose it just to display red, but you can do it any color that you want, just to be the same color as your car or whatever it may be. But it does a lot of different modes, and we'll go over that. We'll show you all those, or not all of them because there's so many, but we'll show you a bunch of them so you can do it yourself. I have one that's my very favorite, and that's the red, white, and blue, and I'll show you that one. Okay, so it's a very simple installation. It doesn't take a lot, but we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go through it. It comes with everything you're gonna need right here, besides a 10mm wrench. You got your little tool, and all you're gonna be doing is putting it up in the window. And there is an alignment mode to be able to get it to line up, and I'm gonna show you how that's done. Okay, so sit back and relax, and we'll show you how it's done. All right, guys, we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna pop the hood, or the frunk, I should say. We're gonna go ahead and lift that up. Now we've got to take our trim pieces off. We can leave the bottom one on, but we're gonna go ahead and take the side ones out here like so. Okay, so if you've never opened up your frunk before and tried to figure out how to get to your battery, well, you're gonna know exactly how to do it because of this, because we've got to get to your battery. Okay, so we're gonna take those loose. These just pull out, as you can see. They just have some little metal clips here, okay? Just setting them off to the side here. All right, so now what you can do is you can just grab right here and lift up. It'll lift up like that. I'm gonna come over here, do the exact same thing. Lifting the tabs up, this just comes out, okay? And I got my one right there, there we go. We'll get that one out, we'll get it off to the side. Now, kind of a cool little plug for me. We actually build these in our shop, and if you guys are interested in one of these, I call them a frunk infotainment system, and they look really cool. If you've got any questions about one of these, please reach out to me. I'll be able to get you all the answers that you need. We also have a video on this, as well as the front surround that you just saw me remove. We also have that carbon fiber, so if you guys are interested in that, please let me know, okay? But I'll put my information up here on the screen so you can get that information. All right, now, once we've got our trim loose, that reveals our battery, which is right here, okay? So we've got our positive side, our negative side right here, and all we're gonna end up doing is we're also gonna need our little tool. We're gonna take our tool, you notice it's got plenty of little different things here. We're gonna need to be able to move this little plastic tab right here. We're gonna pop it up so we can kind of lift this up here a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and let me see if I can get that. There we go. Okay, and we'll get that hopefully here in a second. There we go. And we'll get that popped up. There we go. And then you pull the tab. You're gonna pull the tab upward, and then we're going to, let's see if I can keep myself out of your way, but we'll pull this plug out. Okay, so it just comes up like that. Okay, I'm gonna set that off to the side. Just set it up here. That's gonna allow this to move up just a little bit. Now, I'm gonna set this tool right up here. There's also some rubber pieces right here that we can lift up, and you'll see how those go in. They just have little snaps. There's one snap that goes into the plastic, or the cowling that I call it, and then there's two of them that pops into the fender. So once we have those out, we're gonna pull those off to the side. All right, so now what we've got is we've got basically a pathway all the way from our battery all the way around, okay? Now, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna move the camera so you can see from the inside over here. All right, guys, so what we've got here is basically what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be bringing our cables from the battery all the way around over here, underneath this little guy, going into this direction, all the way down and around through this slot right here. Then what it'll do is we'll come around here so we can get into the car, and we're gonna be tucking the wire underneath here all the way around and going all the way up into here, and you're gonna see how we tuck that in. We'll tuck the LED unit into its spot, and then we'll feed the wire all the way around here and bring it back into the engine compartment, okay? But the first thing we've got to do is we've got to go ahead and hook up the battery for the LED unit, and then that way we can put it in training mode. All right, guys, what we've got is we've got our unit right here, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to tuck it in and set it up here on the dash. Okay, so it's just going to go like right in here. Now our Team Corvette, our Team Chevrolet is like right here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and kind of set it kind of where it goes, kind of in that area there. Okay, it's right there for now. And we're going to take our wire and we're going to loosely tuck it through here. Okay, just like that. Then we'll put that up and over here like that. So then once we've got our wire over here, we're going to go ahead
we're gonna lift our cowling up and we're gonna tuck it up and underneath. So it's not next to the hinge. We don't want the hinge to get it. We're gonna make sure that it's tucked into the cowling over here. So it's totally hidden, okay? So it's like that. And then we'll take our wire. We know that it's all the way past here. We've got it past this bolt here, or the little pin that we pulled out. So we'll go ahead and we'll put the pin back in and push it back down. So now we know that it's where it's gonna be. Now we can take it and we're going to tuck it underneath the washer wiper hose, okay, just like that. And then we're gonna basically follow it with, and we'll strap it down with wire ties, but it's gonna follow this line, the washer line all the way around. That's how it's gonna end up being, and it's gonna end up being here and here. All right, so once we've got our wires over here, all we need is a 10 millimeter, okay, 10 millimeter socket. And you can see here that there is a spot right here to bolt that on. And the kit comes with a nut, and it comes with the wire ties. So everything you need is here, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put that nut on. Okay. Now I noticed on my E-ray that this nut was already there on my E-ray, and I don't know if that's always the case, but that's how I knew that mine was already taken care of. So we'll just go ahead and do that, and we'll go ahead and suck this down. Okay. Then at that point, we can go right over here to this nut here. This is an existing 10 millimeter. We're going to do that. Okay, just like that. We can take this little guy, we can put it right here on that nut. And now I don't know if the camera is picking it up, but you can see that now that there's power there, the unit is in alignment mode, and it's in training mode. It wants to connect to its remote control. So we've got everything all hooked up here. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna tighten, put some zip ties on this. Okay, so now we've got all of that done, and we just need to go ahead and clip them. So now that we've got everything zip tied, we're going to go ahead and we're going to clip our zip ties here. Just like that. There we go. All right, guys. So whether you bought a standalone kit or you're going to add this into your existing system, you're in pairing mode now that you see it blinking blue. We're going to go ahead and to pair it, we're going to go ahead and press button number 3. As soon as we did, you notice that it changed, and now it's going through its cycle to let you know that it's completely paired. All right, so now it's just doing its thing, Now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna press number 3 again, and that's gonna go ahead and put it into alignment mode. Okay, so what you've got is this is actually the Corvette emblem right here, which is gonna end up being right here, and then this blue light is gonna be right at the very end of the E. Okay, so what you're doing, I'm just gonna leave that on. We're just gonna move this around, and I'm just kind of looking, and you can see that the Corvette emblem is like right here. We're a little too far that way, and we've got our blue dot. We're just a little too far over. So what I'm gonna do, and this is probably the hardest part, guys, is getting this lined up, okay? Now, if you're careful and you haven't pushed it in very far, you can still pull it a little bit with the cord itself. Okay, so I'm just moving it over just a little bit so I can kind of get that fairly close. Okay, all right. So now I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to push it down just a little bit. Okay, and we're going to go just use your tool again to kind of do the alignment. And this will go down in there. I know it seems like it won't, but it will. You want to make sure that your cord has got a little bit of room so it can move. So you're just going to pull that through from where we had it. Okay. So now we can pull our cord here without hurting anything. Now we're going to take that and we're going to scoot this down. Okay. Am I getting close? I think it needs to come over just a little more. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to close the door here, making sure that I don't pinch my wire. Okay, and I'm going to scoot this over just a little bit more. And this dash is fairly tight, so I've done a few of these now, and they all go in. They're just this one's just a little bit tighter, which is probably a good one to be able to do on video. But we're going to go ahead and push that down. We'll kind of see where it's going. It looks like it's heading the right direction. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to push down a little bit more. Okay, so now you can see that the blue is starting to come through right here for the flag. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and push this side down a little bit. Okay. There we go. And you can see the E is starting to light up. Keep my hand out of the way so you guys can see it. There you go. The E is lighting up really nice now. And we've got to bring this side down just a little bit more. And we're almost there. You're just pushing a little bit at a time. There we go. That's looking pretty good right there, guys. Yep, that dot's like pretty much in the center. And we can go ahead and press one of the buttons here. And there you go. You can see that that's lined up pretty darn well. We can move this around to different colors. Like that. So you have all the different colors that you can go with. And you can also go to different effects, just like we do in the engine compartment. And then you also have number 4, which is pre-programmed with my favorite one, which is Team Corvette in red, white, and blue. And I totally love that. But you can always look, you always go back to the solid, And you can always see that everything is completely lit up, and there's no lights missing in any of the spots, so you know you've got it totally aligned right. So guys, you saw how just easy it was to install one of these Team Corvette LED lights in your windshield. So when it comes time that you're ready to get one of these, be sure and reach out to boostedlightingsolutions.com and they'll be able to help you. If you guys do me a favor, let them know that you saw it here on Corvette channel and that you want to get one, okay? That always helps plug me a little bit. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'll try to answer the questions for you. But you can also check out on their website, you can look at their videos on how they did it. Very much identical to how I did it here. And like I said, it's not just a certain one piece, it's becoming a full-on system. So if you choose that you want to do the lighting kit in the engine compartment, you can use that remote. You can do this as a separate system, but the way it was designed to do is that you get the lighting kit in the back, that gives you a remote. And then you can add this unit onto that same remote so you don't have to buy another remote. And then when they come out with other things, you'll be able to add it onto that remote also, and then you won't have to be having a pile of different remotes, okay? So it's a very well thought out, very forward thinking system that he already kind of knew what he was going to be doing. And so there's going to be more stuff coming for this system. And the other thing that I've mentioned before in the other videos is that this is all US based. It was US designed. It was all the parts are US. They're assembled in the US. Everything is completely United States based. So you're getting good top quality stuff. And as you can see, it looks awesome. I want to thank you guys all for watching today. We're growing all the time, but I would still ask you guys, if you guys have been watching and you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button and hit that little bell so you'll be alerted of all of our next uploads. And guys, I just want to thank you all again for watching, and we'll talk to you later.
If you liked the video you just watched and like to see more, please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe.